Jason, as always. Hope you all are having a wonderful day here after a Mike Tomlin press conference day to end the season. One of the ones that we've seen before. This is one of the usuals. We've heard this before. We've seen this before. As the Pittsburgh Steelers end their season. What's up, Craig Werlow, Mike Miller, Froggy Insider, Nick Steelers? What's up, my friends? Good to see you, Miss P in the house. Good to see all of you here again as we continue our off-season journey a little early. But we are here. We are diving in, and we were going to talk a little bit about what Mike Tomlin had to say today here with his really bad press conference that's been repeated about 100 times here. It's something, again, it's a bad movie that's been put on repeat that we've heard time and time again. I'm hearing some podcasters out there that I got to listen to today a little bit for a couple minutes say, there we go. Sorry about the pause. But, it's not all about Mike Tomlin. It's not all about that kind of stuff. But, hey, it is what it is here. Let me see who was calling me. Putting my kids on a 2-hour delay, so I needed to see that. But it was, a lot of things that we've heard before, a lot of things that we've seen before. There's some really troubling things, though, that he had said here. And I want to dive into that a little bit further. And there's a lot of podcasters out there saying, not just one, not just two, that it wasn't just Mike Tomlin's fault. That this is a lot on the players. And I'm not giving the players a free pass. The players have a big role in this. But guys, when you're not put in a position to succeed, when there is a roster in place, I'm sorry, we can make all the excuses in the world. That roster wasn't bad. That was the highest paid defense in the league. I mean, come on. We're just going to sit here and act like the defense all of a sudden didn't have any ball players on it. That's not the case. And we're going to sit here and blame Terrell Austin when we all know damn well Mike Tomlin's the one calling the defense. It all points back to one guy, but that one guy is never going to shoulder the blame, is never going to take the blame, calling himself an ultra competitor. But yet talking about, hey, they were better than us. We weren't that good. But you're the ultimate competitor, my friend. You're the guy that says you're the warrior. You're never going to live in your fears. You're never going to back down. You're going to have your guys ready for war, ready for battle. Well, you didn't. You didn't, and you haven't for 8 years. Maybe even beyond that, which I just don't even care to continue to look back further and further. Once Cowher's team wore out, they were gone. We've seen the true Mike Tomlin. Will the real Mike Tomlin please stand up? He stood up about 8.5, 9, 10 years ago. Even further back than that. He stood up a long time ago. He stood back. He stood up right after that Packers loss in the Super Bowl, or where they lost to the Packers in the Super Bowl, in my opinion. And that was with Cowher's team pretty much still, 90% of it. It's just... I sit here day in and day out, and I try to always come up with all the reasons why this football team was falling apart, why they were collapsing. I'm trying to give you a little bit extra and not just say, it's this one thing. I really wanted to look at everything and come into it and say, guys, these are the things that really have to be better. These are the things that have to change. These are the things that can be fixed. I wanted us to have a little hope. And when you look into the schematics and you look into the way this team plays and you look at the tape each and every week, you rewatch the game from the prior week and you say to yourself, we're reverting back to one thing. We're reverting back to one topic. And that is the real troubling thing. I can look at 1,000,001 different things and we can come up with 1,000,001 different excuses. But they all revert back to one thing. They all revert back to that head man. That wouldn't have a job anywhere else. He wouldn't. And I'm all about being loyal, and I appreciate the Steelers' loyalty because I don't think that you can build a championship football team overnight. I don't. And I don't agree with these teams that go out there and they change their coach every year. I don't agree with that. I don't even agree with these teams that go out and change their coach every 5 years. I don't agree with that. And I wouldn't have wanted to see Mike Tomlin get fired after that short amount of time. I wouldn't have wanted to see Mike Tomlin get fired after 7 years. I want to see a coach be in place long enough to establish a culture, to establish a team, build a team, work through free agency, work through finding a franchise quarterback, figure things out. I would love to see that. I want to see that, and I applaud the Steelers for that. But my Lord, have they let it go on far too long. All right, guys, double tap that screen. If you're not watching it now, you can watch it later here on Steel City Live. I'm your host, Jason, only on Mic Drop Sports. We only needed like 7 more subscribers when we came on here to hit 4,100 subscribers, so let's get on that. So send that show out into the YouTube algorithm by double tapping the screen. It's free. It's easy. I'm going to dive into the chat. Remember that. The only show that allows your voice to be heard here as a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, as an NFL fan in general. Let's keep going. Froggy says, should the Steelers sign McCarthy? No, he's not the answer either. He's another coach that is a failure in the playoffs, another coach that can't seem to get it done. He's like Tomlin, won Super Bowl, early in their careers as a head man, and nothing since, and again, when I was talking about giving a coach a chance to build a culture and build a football team and build through free agency, build through the draft, to find your quarterback, when you're getting into double-digit years and you're getting into a long, long, long time of being in one position and you still haven't been able to fire that engine to get back to really playing competitive football, there's an issue. There's a real issue. And I don't want to hear the fact that, Tomlin had Ben for so long. Smart coaches would have put a contingency plan in place. Smart coaches would have started to think about it. Smart coaches would have schematics in place that make sense to where a general manager like Omar Khan can match skill sets of players in college that are going to be drafted, also players in free agency, to match your schematic plan, to match what you're trying to do out there. And if you're Omar Khan, you have to be absolutely beating your head against the wall because there is no structure to Mike Tomlin's plan. You can sit there and say, we want to run the ball. We want to control the line of scrimmage, control the clock, and limit our time out there to create possible missteps, miscues, to have bad things happen. Okay, that's so vague, man. That's so elementary. That's so basic. That's so generic. Come on. Guys, we gotta be realists here. And the people out there that want to apologize for Mike Tomlin, the people out there that want to sit here and say this football team wouldn't have been in the playoffs without Mike Tomlin, I think you don't know that. You don't know that. I just don't. I think you're grabbing for straws here, man, because you're blinded by the Mike Tomlin bullshit. You're blinded by his word salad that he puts up there. You're blinded by the fact that you may not be as good at knowing the X's and O's as you might think you are. I'm just saying. These are the facts, guys. These are the true facts. And we're going to fucking spin them here. We're going to tell the facts. And I'm not going to sit here and apologize for somebody that's had a long, long, long time to refire that engine. A long time to reignite this franchise back into being a real competitor and just not having a losing season inside of the regular season. That's not competitive. That's not what we're playing sport for. That's not what we wake up for every day. That's not. If you are a professional athlete, what cements your legacy? If you want to be one of those all-time greats, the only thing that cements your legacy is winning championships. That's it. Point blank, period. It's our QB. Nick, I could say it partially. You had an issue there, yes. But the schematics, my friend, are horrible. I heard somebody say we needed to get a receiver that went over the middle. You had those guys. Pat Freiermuth, Darnell Washington is absolutely massive. You have guys like Calvin Austin that could be running those drag routes, getting separation, using their athleticism to create space and opportunity. Jaylen Warren, Najee Harris. The list goes on and on. George Pickens. Those guys are on this roster. I don't know why people want to think and sit here and be like, oh, let's look. We got to bring in all these players. I don't care who you bring in here. The result will be the same. The game plan is the same. The thought process is the same. And that doesn't change with players. That doesn't change with anything that's done. Nothing. until he is willing to drop the ego, until he is willing to get with the times, man. I don't even know if he's ever been with the times. I just think he got lucky and got put into a position where there was a quality Super Bowl roster in place, and the guy succeeded and he lucked out and he's made a bunch of money out of it. Hoorah. I applaud him. He played it perfectly, my friends. He played it absolutely perfectly. But here we find ourselves in a very tricky situation. All right, guys, we're almost at 100 concurrent viewers. We need to make sure we're double tapping that screen, hitting that like button for us here on Steel City Live, only here on Mic Drop Sports. We need to double tap that screen, get those likes up. We're only at 12. I know there's more than 12 of you that are daily listeners here, so make sure you're supporting the show. Make sure you are helping us out here at Mic Drop Sports. So we absolutely bust our ass for you guys. So the least I think we can do is just double tap that free like button. That would be perfect. That's all I ask from everybody. Mark Malone, I really can't believe Rooney is going to torture us with years more of this asshole. Yeah, I just think, honestly, guys, there's more to this than we all realize. And I'm not going to sit here and point fingers. I'm not going to try to create a political shitstorm around it. But I think there's more at play than just Mike Tomlin being Mike Tomlin and Mike Tomlin being the coach. I think there's more to it. And it is what it is. But, yeah, it's torture. It's sheer torture. Najee won't be back as a Pittsburgh Steeler, guys. I don't even think George Pickens is going to be back. I think he'll be traded. Tomlin offered nothing at his press conference. No, he didn't, Randy. He did not at all. Froggy Insider, the Steelers signed Skylar Thompson. I don't even pay attention to who they signed at this point, whoever that is. Randy, don't go to games. Don't buy their crap. Send Rooney a message. Tomlin got to go. You know what I thought about that, and I was listening to you guys sound off about that. Many of you said, don't buy their merch, don't buy anything, don't go out, don't support them in any way. And I was thinking that myself, and then I was thinking to myself, does it even really matter? They get massive TV money, guys. It wouldn't matter if that stadium was fucking empty. Maybe I'm wrong, but I was wondering that, with those massive TV contracts that they get money from. And the kickback of the just general pool of the NFL. They get cash regardless if that stadium got one person in it or not. What's up, Anger, Zoc, Curry, best Steelers chat. This is the only one I see that has Steelers actually in it, besides Moats, but he doesn't keep it real. That game Saturday was like a nightmare. Thank you, Zoc. Appreciate you, my friend. It was a nightmare, and it's a nightmare that we've been living over and over. It's a nightmare in which doesn't stop. It's one of those nightmares you wake up and sweat pouring down your face and you're like, oh shit. You fall back asleep and you have that same damn nightmare. It's one of those nights, man. John Broadway downtown. I'm talked about how Tomlin stinks, and I'm just listening tonight. Keep warm, Yuns. God bless. Thanks, Don. I feel you, brother. I feel you. Imagine being a podcast host. And talking about this because the Steelers won't change shit. Randy says Rex Ryan, he's the answer. I don't think Rex Ryan's the answer. I don't think the answer is anybody that's an older style coach. And I'm saying that why? Because I think the Steelers need a little bit of new life breath, a new lifeline put into them. A new breath of fresh air from a young, exciting, innovative young coordinator that has, the real thought, the real ideas in his head to create an exciting, new, fresh brand of offense. Guys, what is successful in today's NFL is a lot of creativity, a lot of pre-snap movements, a lot of motions, a lot of really trying to confuse the defensive secondary with route combinations, really being eccentric in what you're doing. And you're not seeing that from the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I think that's going to take a very young, inventive guy that, is just really all about X's and O's. That's what you really want in that building, man. And I know that you have Mike Tomlin, who maybe is a good player person. But when you bring up a guy like George Pickens and you asked him why or if he was late to the Christmas Day game and you avoid it, You're basically saying, I don't give a shit if he's late. Who cares? I'm Mike Tomlin. All I'm going to be doing. You know what he said his excuse was why he didn't know that George Pickens, if he was late or not for the Chiefs game on Christmas Day, playing against the league's best team, mind you. You know, I don't care if my players are late. He had too much going on pregame. What the fuck do you have going on, buddy? You come out and you do the same damn thing each and every week. What's so puzzling about that? What do you got to prepare for doing that? I don't understand. What are you preparing for? What are you doing? What are you doing pregame, my friend? Besides walking around the field with your hands in your hoodie pocket in the front, bouncing your head to the music, going, what's up, 3? What's up, 3? Time to get it done, 3. Come on, PQ. Come on, Mink. Come on, Mink. That's what he does. What the fuck is that? That's not preparing. That's nothing going on. Man, it's crazy. Jerry Jones done finally made a good decision. Yeah, Mike McCarthy sucks. Drake Smith, I'm calling this right. Fields plays all right, but chokes midway through the season, so Tomlin gets fired at the end of next year. He'll never be fired, guys. He will never be fired, and I don't know what the reason is, but it ain't the coach. Time to move on. Okay, guys. The people that tell you guys that it isn't Mike Tomlin are the people that don't really truly watch the football team. The people that are telling you that it isn't just Mike Tomlin, that he isn't the main issue, don't understand X's and O's. I'm just telling you the truth. And I can't sugarcoat it no more. I can't sit here and lie about it. I can't sit here and act like, oh, it's okay, buddy. You're right. It's more. Mike Tomlin's a fucking cancer in that building. Mike Tomlin is dumb as shit. Sorry. Period. I'm not going to apologize for dying on that hill, my friends. I'm not. Go Birds from FB Edits Prods, Pittsburgh Real. Should we fire Tomlin? I think so. Randy, the team has no identity. No identity. They want to have the identity of a smash mouth football team, but yet can't even do that. And if you're Mike Tomlin, you're so dumb that you can't even realize that you had to go out there and fix the offensive line. The offensive line was bad, and you did that. You went out, you got first-round talent, you got what you needed to have, you got a lot of young guys in place, you got a Super Bowl winner in Isaac Seumalo there. You did it. But it takes years for it to gel, 2-3, easily. And if you're Mike Tomlin and you're so experienced in the NFL, you should have known that. And you should have known that its schematics need to be adjusted and that you're not going to be able to be that smash mouth run team, down in, down out, that you're going to have to mix shit up. You're going to have to be creative. You would have to realize that. But sadly, he didn't. All right, guys, we need you to double tap the shit out of that screen for us, giving us likes here on Steel City Live as we take our journey to 100 likes, as always, here on the live stream. More would be welcome, but we need to just double tap that screen. It's free. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the best channel on YouTube. That's right here for Pittsburgh Steelers news and analysis, NFL news and analysis. That's right here. Randy, the team has no identity. Alex Breed, go Bill. Zach Curry. Apparently the game plan was TJ Vaz Hendry the whole time. Lamar running past him was insane. He picked on it right every time. Yeah, they strayed away from what they normally did. What they normally did was have the defensive ends, the outside linebackers in the 3-4. They usually used to contain Lamar. They used to key on Lamar. At least that's what they were doing games prior. And they would shut down Lamar in that read option, and they would hammer him, man, down in, down out, and allow the rest of the defense to clean up and take care of Derrick Henry. And for some odd reason, the last two games, they strayed from that game plan, and Lamar Jackson absolutely ran amok on them. And you can't do that. How you have to play Lamar Jackson is to cause chaos with him. When you cause chaos with Lamar Jackson, that's how you defeat him. You have to make him very uncomfortable. You have to make him fidgety and start to question his decision making. That's how you beat Lamar Jackson. And the Steelers had that figured out for so long, and all of a sudden they tried to reinvent the wheel. But again, it's all Terrell Austin's fault. The guy that doesn't call the defense. This makes no sense. Short King 134, let's go. Bengals, Drake Smith. I don't think anybody on the Steelers knows the X's and O's. Doesn't seem like it, man. Too evil, too hope. We won't read your end part, but Mike Tomlin deserves an extension. You're a fucking troll. Oh, I love you, Too Evil. Randy, I would kick Tomlin out of Pittsburgh. He would have to part with his hair to leave a fart. Okay, Simpson, can we take Tomlin off your hands here in Miami? Absolutely. You got a good coach down there, dude, I think. Guys, Tomlin may succeed again somewhere where they have a good roster, but he can't come in. He might. He might luck into it again. I don't know. But right now, he's not the answer here. I love this too. Who would replace Mike Tomlin? When Bill Cowher retired, didn't that same question get asked? Or some are you too young to remember that, which you probably are. That same question was asked, and then what'd they do? They hired Mike Tomlin. There's always an answer out there, guys. And people that would just want to sit here and say, oh, well, who? Well, I mean, you got to start the coaching search. You got to start to investigate. Got to start figuring it out. It's not just a magic answer right in front of you. I can name 10 coordinators that maybe would fit. Okay, but does that do any good? Absolutely not. Go Raven from Mark, Optic, Yap. Yo, Miggs, thoughts on Tomlin? Garbage. The Steelers were good this year. Ravens just to dominate. That's from Sty. Eunice 21, Commanders better. There's another one doing those Commanders better. Chiefs better. I hate those comments. Those are so corny. It's like, come at me with something better, please. Armand, Pittsburgh ticket prices will drop to $20. That's good news. Yeah, I don't think so, though, sadly. I really think that they don't give a shit about it, man. Good to see Armand, but I just don't think so. Jeffrey Battle, Whitney Coleman, hell no. Jeffrey Battle, the regular season, you make your name. Playoffs, you make your fame. Sadly, our playoffs have been painful. Absolutely, man. You're flooring. Go Bills. Quit your crying. Why do people say when you critique a team with their X's and O's, you critique a team that's crying? Why? I don't understand that. What's the rationale? I don't understand it. Is it you just trying to be an internet tough guy behind a keyboard, or do you actually have some reason for it? Do you actually have some backing to say, like, quit your crying? What part of crying is this? I don't understand. In no way, shape, or form does it meet the definition to critique something, to explain something of why it's wrong. That's not crying. Crying is sitting there with tears coming down your face, whining, moaning, bitching. I'm not whining and moaning, bitching, because what the Steelers do doesn't affect my life. But what they do, what the Steelers do that I care about is destroy my franchise that I root for, that I love to root for each and every single week. Yeah, that pisses me off. And I like to critique it. That's why we have this channel. And if you don't want to hear critiques, you go and you swipe out and you go to a different channel. You know what I mean? That's what you do. You don't have to hear it. But the people that want to hear about the critiques, the people that want to hear about what's wrong with the football team, then they listen. Yeah, we're spoiled. Yeah, Tanya, I hear you. That's what they say. All right, guys, I need some more likes. Make sure we need 8 more people. Hit that like button, get us to 40. And then we need 10 to get us to 50. It's free. It's shit is cheap. Hit that like button for us here on Steel City Live. I'm your host, Jason, as always. Only here on Mike Drop Sports. It's our daily live stream. We truly appreciate it. I'm trying to keep up in the chat, guys. There's almost 200 concurrent viewers, sometimes over 200. Oh, well, over 200. So it's hard to read every comment, but I am trying my best. Average fragrance guy, bring up. I just tuned in. The only thing I want to hear is if we need. Oh, my God, these people are stupid. Could you imagine a life that you literally sit on YouTube and you scroll through live stream feeds just to say like crazy things that like that's what your life consists of? Could you imagine that is your life? How crazy that would be? How pitiful that would be to do that? Like, man, how sad. I got too much shit going on. I can barely make it on to do a live stream. Thank you, Thomas. I don't think the Bills are overrated. I think the Bills are a good football team. Thanks, Boomer. B-boy bros, facts. Thanks. Let's keep going. Inger, this is about my last message, and the fact that Rooney can't realize that shows how dumb they are. The fact they can't realize their offense doesn't work shows how stupid they are. It shows a lack of intelligence, absolutely. And Mike Tomlin talked about that they were making changes, that they were doing things during the season in order to be better in terms of schematics. Well, How can you say that when I can turn on the tape and I can dictate exactly what plays you're going to run every single fucking time you line up? Why are you on third down running in a jumbo set a flea flicker? I don't understand it. Why, with 4.25 inch, are you not going for it in a playoff game? Thank you, Yo Migs. Appreciate you. I don't understand these things, guys. And you want to talk about change. You want to stand up there and talk about change, but you're not changing the damn thing. You haven't changed a damn thing in 18 years. And sadly, when you lost Bill Cowher's team, your shit started to fall apart. Chopper Gooth, what's the better option? Mike Tomlin blinks more than he coaches. Who will win March Madness? We're talking about, oh my God. DJ Thomas, Mike T has not won one playoff game without Big Ben unless he wins another Super Bowl. His Super Bowl ring just might be tarnished since he got that time from Coach Bill. Yeah, I think so. I don't think any ring's tarnished, but definitely has to be considered that he's never won anything with a team he's built, not even playoff games. Is Tomlin going to be the coach, or are we getting a new coach? He'll be there, Mike. We ain't that lucky, buddy. They made more money off of people attending their games than anything else, so don't go to the games. That'll teach them a great lesson. Get rid of that. Sorry, Coach. Yeah, I don't know about that. I thought they made a lot more money off of the league dumping money in due to TV revenue and things of that nature. Tomlin is mid. You ain't lying, Nathan. Tomlin must let coordinators use their schemes and just be a CEO. He doesn't understand that. His ego is too big, man. His ego is too big. He doesn't understand that he has to not micromanage. And I believe that is probably one of his biggest deficiencies. That, and he's probably one of the lowest IQ coaches in the entire league. And again, people are so impressed by his vocabulary when he speaks up there. Guys, I can find third graders that could speak that well. I'm just saying. Let's be honest. He's not impressive, my friend. You know when Mike Tomlin was impressive is when he had the super hard part. That's when he was impressive. That's when I loved Mike Tomlin. Craig Werlow, Tomlin must let coordinator. We did that. DJ Thomas. DJ got cut from the Texans. You was right. He is a cancer. Still seeing the Chiefs or Bills will use him. Yeah, you never know, man. You never know, but buddy, he's bad news. Nobody wants him. Nobody's going to keep him. And plus, nobody was going to keep him this year anyway because of his salary and things of that nature. When he got traded, that salary was still there. They're going to get rid of him anyway. Whatever team picks him up because they don't want to carry that salary, Lee, Justin Fields is good and had potential. He did, Leo. I like Pintos and Beans. Russ Wilson is gone. New QB is Gabe Owners. You mean Ewers from Texas? Is that who you're talking about? Y'all need a running back and a quarterback. Zach Curry, get him out. I agree. Let's keep going. All right, guys, I got to go down the chat a little bit further. Pinoid313, what's your favorite NFL team? Steelers, my friend Zach Curry. If we don't get Ben Johnson and we can't get rid of Tomlin, I think we're cooked. I don't think it has to be Ben Johnson. I don't think it has to be anybody in particular. I just think you need to go out there and do a thorough search. And when you do these searches, if you're Omar Khan, you have to ask, what's your strategy? What's your X's and O's here? Because that's how you start to determine which players to go out there and draft. And when the Steelers have been at the height of their success and being really, really good, that's what coaches like Chuck Noll did. When they went out there to make draft picks and they went out there to free agency with Bill Cowher and people like that, they took what was schematically on paper and they went out there and they found the players that fit into that 3-4 defensive scheme, into that Steeler run-heavy offensive system. That's what they did. And Mike Tomlin just goes out there for names. Mike Tomlin's just going out there blinded almost. And a lot of fans are like that too. They just want the biggest name out there. And that's not always the path to go. You need to really truly have a solid scouting department that's evaluating players to match the skill sets that are needed for your schematics. That's what one player might not do well here in Pittsburgh, but might do really well in Andy Reid's scheme because he fits that scheme. One player might not do well in Andy Reid's scheme because he doesn't fit there, but he might come to Pittsburgh and do really well. That's why. That's the thing, guys. That's why some players go in free agency to a team but only last a year after they had a successful career so far with their prior team because they just didn't fit and people were just picking them up because of their name. All right, guys, we need some more likes here on the live stream. Double tap that screen. It's free. Hit that like button for us here. We truly appreciate it. Stu Gotti started hot, then fell the fuck off. 3-1-2 Chinola Field should have been the quarterback. It ain't the coach. Oh, I read that one. That was that guy. I don't feel like he knows what he's talking about. Jesse Minter, let's ride. Knicks for 6. Bo believe. Bo's proud. That's from Proud Zennial 81. Let's keep going. Steelers have a great coach. Not. Maybe next year if they would decide to part ways, that'd be nice. Zach Curry, Rooney's are clowns. It looks like it's about money instead of championships. It's about something other than championships. We can say that for sure. He hired Russ, I guess. Anyone watch the Texas game? Piss poor play calling. Coaches matter. They do matter. Everybody, let's hit the like button here on Steel City Live, a.k.a. the best show in the universe. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you, Anger. Anthony Hernandez, crying using emojis. I knew an Anthony Hernandez. Is that the same guy? Did I work with you, Anthony? In New York? Deet, hey man, Ravens fan here. Now that we beat you guys, what are your predictions for the Bills-Ravens game? Ravens flock. Bills-Ravens game. It's going to be a tight game. I'm going to go with the Bills there, though. I think it's going to be hard for either one of those teams to beat each other twice. That's why I say that. And the Bills already got beat by the Ravens, so I think that the Ravens having to go up to Orchard Park is going to be a real challenge, especially when weather will probably affect that game. And I just think it's not a good draw for the Ravens, man. You would rather to seen them play somebody else. Definitely, I would even rather seen them play the Chiefs. Honestly, I think they match up better against the Chiefs at this point in the season. I think the Chiefs are going to end up losing for some reason. I just got a strange feeling. I think it's the Bills' year, to be honest. I think the Bills win the Super Bowl. Because I thought they were going to get zapped in the first round. I thought they were going to get jinxed. And then I thought to myself, if they made it through that first round, they would be a team to watch, and I really think the Bills got something special up there this year. It might finally be the end of the misery for Bills Mafia. Hey, guys, but make sure you're double tapping that screen. I need 7 more of you to hit 60, but we are trying to cruise up to 100 likes here on the live stream. As always, I truly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the best channel on YouTube, I don't know what you're waiting for. You might as well hit the button. Subscribe. Appreciate it. Jacob says, go Buffalo. You guys got to the playoffs with lackluster teams. Tomlin is great. You can't say that, man. People are just so blinded by this Tomlin shit. You can't even talk logic into their head because really, when you really broke it down, if you break shit down to somebody, which I have at nauseum, even then it would not make a difference. I disagree, DS. I think Omar Khan did a fine job. I think he's working with a guy that's handicapped at head coach that, again, if you're a general manager, you have to understand the schematics of a football team in order to fill the roster up correctly. And Mike Tomlin, do not think for 1 second that his hand isn't inside of that pile. Don't think for 1 second that Mike Tomlin doesn't control everything in that fucking building. Do not think for 1 second that that's not the case. And that's where I get at. How do you not blame the guy that controls everything inside of the building? How do you not blame the guy? How does he not shoulder the burden when he is the one that controls everything? How are you not the one to blame? Make that make sense. Make that make sense, my friends. All right, guys, welcome to all the OGs. I truly appreciate all the original people always in this live chat. If I haven't got to your comment yet or seen you yet, I truly value you, truly appreciate you guys. I'm trying to catch up. Cali Street News, I'm outside with your DoorDash. Thanks, Cali, appreciate it. It's been too long with Tomlin and gotten nowhere. Noodle Man, Justin Fields is the future. Best available is Jesse Minter. N. Davis 265. Tomlin has never been interested in building the offense, and now his defense is mid AF. Yeah, and they are the highest paid. James, I've been saying it for 10 plus years. Tomlin is the most overrated coach in NFL history. He has never been able to control the locker room. Like and sub from Yo Miggs. Thank you. Go Browns. From Grasshopper, Mike Miller. Mike Tomlin cannot do shit. We need a new coach that will lead us to the Super Bowl. Alex, do you like the Pittsburgh Steelers? Vikings lost. Speedrunners, the Browns play NFL. I thought they were in an NCAA team. Yeah, the Browns are absolutely dog shit. One of the worst franchises, one of the worst run franchises in all of sport. But you know what? Damn, the Pittsburgh Steelers are starting to become one of the worst franchises in all of sport. Why? Because they are just allowing this franchise that was once so revered by many to become so mediocre. And that is a travesty. That is heartbreaking to see. MJ Washington, we want Fields. Sorry, brother. Go Ravens. That's from Michael, West Coast Berg. Tomlin has zero football IQ. The sad part is his OCs and DCs were going nowhere for a while. MJ, we want Fields. Don't spam my chat, please. Appreciate you. Ryan's Perk. Steelers need to rebuild. I hate Mike Tomlin because I'm a Ravens fan, but deep down I love him. If he was my coach, we would trade you at this point. Maybe different scenery would help him out. I don't know. The team has identity. It's mediocrity. That's from DS. Absolutely. Chopper Guth. Best coach available, Jesse Minter. Thank you. You've said that a couple times, buddy. You don't need to say it 100 times. Cameron Meyer, go Pack from Wisconsin. Welcome, Cameron from Wisconsin. Armand Henry changed everything for the Ravens. Pittsburgh's too stupid to grab a top back for Smith. Yins are crazy. They do, Armand. They have a great back. They just don't use him, and his name's Jalen Warren. They rather play people like Najee and Cordell Patterson. And you know what Tomlin did today, and it burned my ass. Let me get a drink. The Baby Yoda cup's full effect. That's my son's cup. That ain't mine. It's just big as hell, and I needed a high voltage of coffee. Who do you hire, Tim? You hire me, my friend, Jason from Mic Drop. I'll come and run that motherfucker down there on the south side. But anyway, what he said about Najee Harris was that Najee has been absolutely amazing for 4 years for the Pittsburgh Steelers, that he's been awesome. That's what Mike Tomlin said, because he's had 1,000 yards per season. Mike Tomlin said that. Do you understand when you average 1,000 yards, you divide it by 17 games, guys, that's 58.3 fucking yards a game. You're impressed by that? That's amazing? That's awesome? Mike Tomlin, you get a flag on the play today, Mike Tomlin. That ain't amazing. That's fucking mid, man. That's mediocre, my friend. That is fucking mediocre. And how is that celebrated? Oh, I know why. Because Mike Tomlin's fucking mediocre. And he loves being mediocre. And he loves just barely being above average. So why not be happy for players that are just average? Man, he's a Hall of Famer. Oh, wait, I know. Mike Tomlin's ego's so big he can't fit it through the door, and he drafted Najee in the first round of the NFL draft, and he doesn't want to sit there and admit that he was wrong. You brought in Arthur Smith knowing you had Najee Harris, knowing that he isn't going to work in his zone run scheme, but you decide to pitch him the ball fucking 10 times a game. Make it make sense, guys. Make it make sense. How are you a professional coach and sit there in the room all watching tape together? How do you do this? You're sitting all in a room. You're all professional coaches. You're all watching the tape. You're all trying to formulate a game plan together. And the best thing you can come up with is a toss right and a toss left and Najee fucking Harris or Cordell Patterson? That's the best you can come up with? Guys, let that sink in. They're really Charm City Jones. I think Justin Fields should get a chance. I think I would try to pursue Justin. That's my opinion. But we'll see. Dan says, I'm going to pin your comment, Dan, if I can find out a replace pin. There you go. You said Tomlin's game plan is hope for chaos. I pinned your comment. Yeah. Guys, I'm having trouble keeping up with the chat. There's over 200 concurrent viewers. We need to get those likes up, though, guys. Let's get to 100 likes here real quick on the live stream. I just need like 41 of you to hit that like button. That's real easy. It's free. It's super easy to do. All you got to do is double tap that screen or hit those three little white dots up in the right-hand corner of your screen. Some of you may have, and bring down that like button. If you're on PC, just exit the live chat, hit the like button. It's free, it's easy, it really helps your creators out. If you're not subscribed to Mike Drop Sports, make sure you do so. It's a great community here. We talk football each and every single day. It's absolutely awesome community. Again, I try to answer all the chat questions, but when there's 200 and some of you in here, it's rather hard, so I'm going to try my best. I'll keep going. I'm going to go look here. Tim says, I don't think Ben Johnson will be that successful. You have to hire based on leadership. I do think, I agree with that too, because I think you need to hire a leader. And I think if Mike Tomlin would bring in some coordinators that were inventive, that were innovative in a way that they were on the cutting edge of today's game, they understood today's game and the way that you had to do things. You know, the pre-snap motions, the pre-snap movements, the quarterback being able to recognize and identify defenses and really understand the complexities of the quarterback position and really be effective in changing plays at the line of scrimmage, putting defenses into compromising situations, understanding route combinations in order to create chaos in that defensive secondary. And just Mike Tomlin doing what? Just being a CEO, a figurehead. If he did that, I would not be opposed to Mike Tomlin staying. If he did those things and kept his ass out of the game planning, kept his ass out of making decisions during a football game, he needs some help, guys. He's bad in situational football. We're all forgetting that now that the season's over. That guy is bad at clock management. He's bad at situational football. He barely ever wins any challenges, if ever. He's just not good in his football IQ. He's not. He is not a high football IQ guy. And you need one of those. You need a figurehead. That's what an NFL head coach has to be. I don't care. Tomlin is the GOAT. Well, good for you. I'm glad you think so. Chopper, the answer is, man, dude, you got to quit putting that Jesse Minter shit in there, Chopper. Dude, spamming the chat and saying it 50,000 times gets you nowhere here. It's going to get me to where I'm just going to take you out of the channel because you're annoying as shit. Just say it once, bro. I get the message. Man, I hate that. People just do things like that just to be stupid. Now, We want Fields, 49ers will be back. JSO, quit screaming. Oh, thanks, Inger. I'm about to scream a little louder. Or quit scamming. Oh, I thought you were telling me. You're telling somebody else. Oh, my Lord. Look at this, guys. I dropped my light. We're all over the place. Mike Tomlin's created chaos. Yeah, quit spamming, he was saying, man. Listen to the moderators, please. If they're asking you to quit spamming, please quit spamming. I appreciate it. John Bays. Tomlin won't be going anywhere for the next 2 seasons. Steelers are legit stubborn with commitment. They did the same with Noel at the end of his career. They did, man. You're right, John. They did. They let Noel hang out too long, too. They overcommit, man, and they're over loyal. And I think that it's loyal to a fault, but I think there's a little bit more complexity behind why they keep Tomlin. I do. Lions versus Commanders prediction. I'm going to take the Lions 1,000%. But however, Jaden Daniels is the real deal, prods. Grady McDaniel, I bet you $1,000 that you won't win another Super Bowl with Tomlin after Belichick. I wouldn't bet you $1,000 for anything that involves a bet with Mike Tomlin other than that he is a perpetual mediocre loser. Sleeping Lady Line's going to win it. Jordan, just be happy your team is competitive. That is such a fucking loser's mentality, Jordan. I hate to say that. I don't mean to dog you, man. That is a loser's mentality. Winners care. Winners don't think just being average is competitive. Winners don't think just being okay is good enough. And I'm sorry. That's the problem with what Mike Tomlin has done here in the city of Pittsburgh. He has lowered the standard down to other shitty franchises in the NFL to where if they were just having winning seasons, they'd be happier in hell. They'd be pumped up. Well, we're not happy with that here. We have a winner's mentality. And I'm not apologizing for that. And I don't think Steelers Nation should apologize for that. I don't think wanting to be competitive inside of the playoffs is a problem or an issue or makes you a crybaby. It makes you a winner. That's what it makes you. All right, guys, we need 25 more likes to hit 100 here on our live stream. We truly appreciate you guys. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the best show in town. That's right here, Steel City Live. I'm your host, Jason. As always, my friends, here we go. Here we go. Let's keep going. Whew, shit. Trade Tomlin for a hot roast beef sandwich. Yeah, that's what I was saying all summer when they got Justin Fields. I was like, yeah, they got him for a handful of pocket lint and a piece of bubble gum. Jason Jeffords III, Ravens, a bad matchup for the Bills. But last time they played, Bills were missing three All-Pros. They are back to healthy now. Yeah, I think it's going to be the Bills win this one. Jordan Fields sucks, laughing my ass off. You'll be worse with him. Commanders will upset the Lions. No friends. Y'all can have Sam Darnold. Zach Curry, Lions versus Bills. Super Bowl, Tim Manto. Trade Tomlin to the Cowboys and bring in someone innovative. I've been hearing the Cowboys are interested in Coach Prime, man. Maybe that's what happens. But they're really not competitive. And no, you didn't knock out. So receive timeout. You're welcome. Inger was talking to somebody. My Falcons are ass too, and I'm a diehard fan. That's from Philip Stevens Jr. Who do you hire? I just say you go out there and get that search, started. Yes, thank you, Inger. Gerard Mayo, that's from Dan. Moo Moo Girl, the Steelers are the best. Miss Pittsburgh, give it time. We'll be the worst team in the NFL. Yeah, it's leaning that way, man. It's leaning that way. Steven Seal, Broncos own y'all. LOL, just joking. Zach Curry, ha ha ha. You've been having a hard time. Thanks, Inger, for busting your butt. Thanks, Tom. I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you, my friends. All the moderators, thank you so much. You guys are absolutely amazing. Appreciate you guys. Now that the channel's grown so much, we might even have to add some more moderators, especially when there's, when you're over a couple hundred live viewers, the chat gets kind of crazy. So we might have to add some people. Where you at, Foots Big? I added you. You bashed me all month for a moderator spot. I put him in there and then I ain't seen him. It's line play, 77 to 65. Missed blocks all year, especially 77. I think Dan Moore was way worse than Broderick Jones. I think Broderick Jones, though, will be just fine. I think when moved back over to the left side. I think the Steelers' offensive line will eventually be really, really good. They have enough young talent there that's not where I'd be really focusing my attention right now. I think they just need time to gel. I think you're going to make some minor adjustments there, letting guys like Isaac Seumalo go, things of that nature. James Daniels will walk, of course. I think that there's enough young talent there, though, that they definitely will be able to be successful the long term. It just takes time for an offensive line to actually mold together. I'm a Kansas City Chiefs fan. I'm a Kansas City Chiefs fan for 35 years, but was rooting for Pittsburgh against Baltimore. Can't stand Baltimore. That's from Zigzag. Had to time out like 10 people. Always talking to Tom. Tomlin will always have my respect. That's from Saka or Suki. Jesse Harris has never had a season in which he averages at least 4 yards a carry. Yeah, Jesse, averaging 58.3 yards per game isn't impressive to me. It just goes down every year. It used to be like 60, 63. Now it just keeps going down. I don't know. I don't know who they get, Tim. I really don't, man. Steven Seal, Tomlin playbook is dated for y'all's OC. Needs to go run, pass, punt every drive. Amen. It's so sad, though, man. If I was a head coach, I'd love to play the Steelers because, man, it's so easy to game plan for them. Yeah, Kenny was, Tanya. He was, man. Brian Brown, go Ravens. Chris Gill, Ravens sent you packing. Yeah, okay. New OC, Justin Fields, better lineman. I'm a Niners fan, and I think it's similar type issue. Shanahan seems to have run out of answers. Sometimes, man, it just gets stale, Tim. What will be our first round pick? That's from John. I'm going to have to really dive into that a little bit more. There's people already putting mock drafts out, guys. It's too fucking early for that shit. I mean, if people are into that, go ahead. But you won't see mine for a little bit longer. I'll do several. But right now, I haven't got there yet. I'm still watching the NFL. I'm still going through the playoffs. I know our Steelers aren't in it. I understand that. But it is what it is. Also, guys, I wanted to remind everybody that once we hit 10,000 subscribers, I will be raffling off to a Mic Drop Mafia member a signed Pittsburgh Steelers jersey by TJ Watt. Make sure you are keeping an eye out for that, but we got to hit that 10,000 subscriber mark first, and we are well on our way to that. I'm sure we've gained several subscribers tonight, so let's make sure we continue that trend. Also, guys, we need about 17 more of you to hit that like button. Double tap that screen. It's absolutely free. Send us out into that YouTube algorithm, and let's hit that 100 like mark as we try to do every night here on the channel on our daily live stream. Tom from Pittsburgh. Fields isn't tall enough to win a Super Bowl. I'm not sure about it. You mean Wilson? Fields is quite tall. He's a big boy. All right, guys, I'm down to the bottom here. Kneecap biting with Motor City Lines. Gave the like one the way in. Thank you, man. Appreciate you giving a like on the way in. Froggy Insider, if I wasn't broke and was allowed, I'm going to get you a membership, Froggy. Relax. We'll get y'all. I'm going to gift some memberships. We'll have to wait till a night that it isn't so crazy busy, though. We'll have to gift it because it's like I'll have to do it on here. I'll gift some memberships out. Let's go Bills all the way this year. Baby Cakes Ravens are good too from Baby Cakes 8. Eagles versus Chiefs. Eagles win 27-10. We need the Steelers blessings versus the Chiefs. Oh, man, we ain't giving no blessings. I wish you good luck, though. All right, guys, man, we've been going for almost an hour. Let's shut down the live stream for tonight, man. Make sure you hit that like button on the way out. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for the amazing turnout. Pretty much the whole show, we were hovering way up over 100 concurrent viewers, up over 200 concurrent viewers. We truly appreciate that as we continue to grow the best channel here on YouTube. It's right here at Mic Drop Sports. I'm your host, Jason. As always, don't forget to check out our daily uploads that we have happen every single day. Don't forget to check out our daily live stream every single day. And we will be back tomorrow with a daily live stream. We will be back each and every day, still talking football, regardless of if it's the off season for your team or not. We will still be here each and every single day grinding, man. So thank you. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Welcome. We truly appreciate it. Until tomorrow, I'm Jason. This is Mic Drop Sports and the show Steel City Live. Peace out, my friends. See you on the next one.